You know, it's not very often that you meet a comedian who was nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize. I am serious. This is a thing that happened to my next guest. Steve Hofstetter is also a podcaster, former sports columnist, a movie actor, and a TV host. A little bit of an overachiever we have here on the couch. You're going to be on stage tonight at the Kirkland Performance Center, but you're on the couches first, so thanks for coming back to New
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
It's good to see you. So, okay, can we talk about the Nobel Peace Prize thing? How did this happen?
Well, I think, part of it was a bit of a joke in that, like, people, some former presidents seem to brag that they get nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize when really anyone can be.
Yeah.
But it was for philanthropic work I did during the pandemic, trying to keep the comedy industry alive.
Yeah.
And any professor of certain disciplines is allowed to nominate, and so I was nominated by a fan, and it's fun to use though, because like sometimes I'll get into it with someone online, and I'll be able to say something like, I don't know how many Nobel Peace Prize nominees have ever told you to shut up, but it's one more than it used to be. So.
Well, here's the thing. It's not just that anybody can get, sure, anyone can send a nomination, but not anyone gets nominated.
It's about 300 people a year that get nominated, and there's no way I was making the short list. I'm a comic. Like, they're not gonna, there's no way the committee is, they're gonna get together in, I think it's Sweden, Norway? I don't know where it is. It's somewhere cold.
It's not like the local Emmys. This is a big deal.
Yeah, they're not gonna get together and just hand it to someone like me, but it was really cool to be nominated, and I did a European tour, and I took a picture outside of the Nobel building of me just being sad for not winning. It was a fun little thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've also done TV hosting.
Yes.
But that's not all. I understand you were in a Hallmark movie.
I was in one Hallmark movie, I think 3 Lifetime movies.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
Okay, so
I was one of the stars of a Lifetime movie.
Okay, this Hallmark movie is like a dream of mine.
Okay.
So like TV host to TV host, do you have any advice or getting in the Hallmark movie circuit?
Be willing to, Hallmark is a little different.
Okay.
With Lifetime, all you have to do is be willing to be killed in a movie.
Okay, yeah, I could do that.
They do that a lot. With Hallmark, you know what? I will tell my friend who wrote the movie.
Okay.
I will tell him that you are interested in being in a Hallmark movie, and we'll see if he can write in, like maybe he can write in a part for like a local news anchor.
I could do that. I could even own a Christmas tree farm.
Yeah.
I could be that. I mean,
we did. It was a Christmas movie.
Was it? Did you own a Christmas tree farm?
I did not own a Christmas tree farm. I was in the movie Love Always Santa, and the premise of it was, or the premise of my character was, I was kind of the comic relief of delaying a pivotal scene. There was this thing where one of the characters was kind of confessing their love to the other, and it was at this bookstore open mic, and so I played a poet that wouldn't shut up, and that was my part.
And that's all about timing.
Yeah, it was fun.
Which is very key and very important in comedy and in anything really when you're on TV. It's all about timing. I'm sure you've always been funny, but have you had to develop your funny bone?
I don't know if I've always been funny. I was always trying to keep up with the funny. I'm the youngest of 4.
Okay.
So when people say, "Hey, how did you get your sense of humor?" My answer is typically bullying, for the most part. No, it's a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
It's when you face something difficult, it can either make you better or it can make you bitter, and those are your options. So I tried the first one.
Well, that's good that you did.
And the second one too.
Well, exactly, because you can't. I mean, sometimes it happens with both, and with the bitterness is also the better too. Okay, so this is the thing I envy all you comedians for, is this sharp, rapier wit, this quick wit, especially if you're going to deal with a heckler or something.
Yeah.
Can you sharpen your wit, or if you're either born with it or you're not?
You're born with the capacity for it, but you can absolutely sharpen it. Like there's certainly I'm better at what I'm doing now than I was when I started 21 years ago.
Okay, yeah.
And so with practice and paying attention also, there's that Malcolm Gladwell theory of 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
If you do something 10,000 hours the wrong way, you'll also never know how to do it the right way. And so there are people they're like open mic comics who do things the wrong way for 10,000 straight hours, and then it's like, well, you'll never improve.
Right.
But if you can actually pay attention and you can actually work at it, then yeah, sure.
So that's the key, is kind of paying attention to how the audience reacts, is how you feel or how things land?
Yeah, and like not be delusional. Like the people who go out there and be like, oh, they just don't understand my art. It's like, no, you don't understand them.
Right.
And your art is communication,
Yes.
and that's important.
Key. That is
Yeah.
so key. All right, I'll stop dissecting you now.
Yes.
I had so many curious
I
questions.
can be a frog, it's fine.
I mean, I appreciate it. Okay, so you're in town. You've been in town a
Yes.
few days. I understand that you like strange and unusual lattes.
I do.
So have you found any good ones, and will you share?
Well, okay, so I actually just got into town last night.
Okay.
So I haven't had
Well, you haven't had much time.
Yeah, I haven't had my this time Seattle latte yet, but I never drank coffee until a few years ago. And then a friend of mine got me a flavored latte. And it's an alarm clock that tastes like a milkshake. Like, I don't understand how people aren't more into this. And here's the thing, 3 weeks later, I had a latte machine at home.
Wow, you were serious.
That is how I know I can never try cocaine.
Do you have an espresso or do you have a Keurig?
It's a little fancier than
Oh,
that. Yeah.
snap. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take that conversation offline because I
Fair.
want to find out more. But your show is tonight in Kirkland. How can people see the show?
They can go to my website, stevehofstetter.com. If you don't know how to spell Hofstetter, it's probably, is it on the screen right there?
Yeah. There you go. H-O-F-S-T.
I got it, there. Excellent. You can go to
Just gonna sing it.
stevehofstetter.com. There are fewer than 25 tickets left.
Fewer than
So,
25.
yes,
So
we're gonna
25
be
of
sold
you
out.
may
Yeah.
go. The rest, I'm sorry, you missed your chance.
Exactly.
To see a Nobel Peace Prize nominated comedian.
I might be the only one. It's possible. I don't know.
It very well could be.
I don't know why any others would be nominated. I don't know why I was. So
In my mind,
I'll
you
take
always
it.
will be.
Thank you
you
very
so
much.
much for coming by the studio. It was great to see you.
Appreciate you.
Break the
Always good
leg
to be here.
tonight.